There is much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here. And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the broadcast. This time around is going to be our second map of the best of 3. It will be Team Spirit going up against Red Reserve, but this will be the map pick here of Red Reserve. So honestly, coming into this matchup, I have a pretty good idea that Red Reserve should be able to come out on top here in the second map, because this is the map they do tend to play a lot, and it is the map they tend to play, if not the most, let's say, of their current map pool. But of course, we'll have to wait and see what can Team Spirit pull off, especially after their victory on the first map. Maybe they can actually show us a pretty good game here. As for those who are interested, in fact, Red Reserve and Team Spirit have already faced off each other at StarSeries Season 7 European Qualifiers, and yes, it also happened here on a map like Dust2, in which Red Reserve, I think they were able to win 16-8 if I recall correctly. So that was definitely a pretty convincing scoreline there for the Swedes. Of course, the twist around is actually going pretty good here for Team Spirit. We get to see Someday Young hitting the first kill, but there's Hampus in the middle, and he's able to do some serious work here. But for now, even though the initial kill, well, actually it's still somewhat of a trade here, it's still looking pretty good here for the likes of Red Reserve, because even though their players are spread out quite thin, if they were to group up on one of the bomb sites, they should be able to overwhelm the CT defensive. For now though, there's going to be Goldie win the fight against Draken. And right now, I think this is the point where Red Reserve should probably regroup and hit one of the bomb sites, but for now, they're just spread out quite thin. We get to see Hampus here in the middle. There's Rusty Station towards long, and there's going to be a lot of players coming his way, and I'm not sure if he can win either of the fights, and apparently not. It's all up to Hampus and Freddy B to try and get something done here, but it's going to be very difficult here for the remaining Swedes. I mean, what? Yeah, Freddy B here in tunnels. He's got that P50, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the headshot there on Dima. Even so, in fact, a headshot is not really necessary. Dima's only 1 point of health. And as you can see, Coley wins the fight against Hampus, and it's pretty much become quite a difficult task here for Freddy B in this position. He's left here in tunnel, and with 20-ish seconds remaining, he has to continue over the push here, and yes, that's some great positioning there from Team Spirit in the end, and that will be the first pistol round going here in favor of the CTs. Looks like Red Reserve not going to wait too long here. They're already thinking about the force by possibility, at least. Well, Draken for sure is. He ends up buying the scout, but his teammates just seem to be going for Nico, so this is quite an interesting purchase here from Draken. I guess the next round is just going to be Red Reserve's Draken on the pistol, because he ends up buying the scout here. Hampus is making some waves here towards the A bomb site, but that was simple one tap on the head of Hampus. We'll definitely stop that push in its tracks. There's a second one tap there for Dafkos. The man's stone cold. Doesn't even change up his crosshairs. Positioning. Just continuing hold here towards short. I mean, this is the point where you're hoping to see Draken to maybe try to find that kill with that scout of his. Where on earth is Draken? Is he? Oh, he's in top middle with that scout of his. So he's obviously not going to be able to spot a single player there, as in fact there's no one from Team Spirit holding off here towards middle. Dust2 again with the P250. Hoping to find a couple of kills here with that pistol of his. Definitely trying to get a lot of attention here, the short players, Rusty and Grux. But even though they are trying to get this attention here from Team Spirit, it's not really working out for them. Maybe they're hoping that Draken might be able to take down one of the rotating CTs, but that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case, as Team Spirit is holding off to their ground right now. And this is where somehow the Glocks are able to do a decent amount of damage here in Dust2 and Softpick. But at the end of it all, Dust2 has got himself 4 kills here with P250. Doesn't get the last one. And Draken, very close to killing Coley right there. He would have just lined up the headshot. But it looks like it's still going to be the round here for Team Spirit. And I think, yeah, Red Reserve still could be going for the investment here. Apparently the whole point of Draken buying the Scout in the previous round is in fact that he can repurchase the Scout here yet again. Let's see what he can actually accomplish here with the Scout. It's definitely still a pretty good weapon here. Counter-Strike, it's still, say, to this day, quite unutilized by teams, as you may not necessarily be getting a lot of kills with that weapon, that's for certain, because if you want to take down your opponent, you have to aim for the head, and that's not always too easy with the scope rifle, so to speak. And right now, this is actually some fast-paced stuff here from Red Reserve. Hampton has made his way here towards the window area, but as we can see, Coldy alongside Dima, they're able to shut down any Red Reserve offensive. And again, no, there you go. There's the Draken Scout I'm talking about. You may not necessarily get all the kills with a gun like the Scout, but if you're able to soften up the players like, as you get to see Draken is doing right now, that could still be enough. I mean, you're able to soften up these players to like 40, 30 points of health. That is where the rifles will have such an easier job at getting these kills. The AK-47s, to be exact. Draken hoping to find a kill here in Sumdang, but if he somehow ends up penetrating the wall there, I don't think it's going to be doing too much damage there. Yeah, it's obviously not looking too good here for Reserve, though Draken ends up with the fight against Coley. So I think on the back of that kill, they might just continue on moving forward on speed bombs. So Dima, though, ends up winning the fight against Draken, though Rusty ends up replying. I still say it's going to be quite a difficult round here for Rusty. He still isn't going to be able to cross here. Nope, apparently not. He's going to go down here to the hands of Sumdang, and there's 3 quick rounds here for the likes of Team Spirit. This is, I mean, not too bad of a highlight there from Dust2. Stone Cold with that P250 of his. Ends up winning, yeah, in fact, 4 kills. Not too bad there for Dima. Actually, no, Dust2. Yes, this is going to be the round where Red Reserve do decide to go for a partial investment, it seems like. You get to see the upgraded pistols coming into play and a fast, long push here. There's going to be a lot of players that Red Reserve have to go up against, and Dust2 is getting stuck there in the wall a little bit. And it looks like they're just going to continue with the push. It had some slick stuff here from Freddy. He's able to take down at least one of these players, but of course, as the pushers continue on here from Red Reserve, they might just be able to get something done here. They definitely realize there's a couple players there towards CT, and Freddy B might just be able, should be able, and does end up winning the fight against Sotvik. Though, Sotvik's Molotov will get the better of Rusty. Right now, finally, the Swedes have been able to cross to the bomb site. They'll be able to plant that bomb as well, though. At this point, they don't really have a lot of opportunities to secure short or even long at this point. They just have to continue on holding here on the bomb site. So far, so good here for Red Reserve. They might just be able to get one more kill here, but now, as Draken and Freddy B go down, that will be a Team Spirit round. Though I won't necessarily say that this was the cleanest of rounds here for the CT. It surely wasn't. Red Reserve definitely had a pretty good chance there in this round, once they were able to cross. They were able to plant the bomb as well. And even though they were holding off on the sides, you know, pretty difficult positions, you still had Draken there right behind the car. And if, say, Team Spirit don't end up checking that position, maybe Draken could have been able to pull off something majestic, but that necessarily wasn't the case. Right now, it's going to be Team Spirit here with 4 rounds on the CT side, and now even 2 AWPs being picked up. It looks like one of these sniper rifle players, in fact, Dust2 is going to be positioning himself here towards middle. Might just be able to see a couple players coming his way, as here's the first one. But if anything, I mean, middle is still a part of the map which you have to be very careful in the hold here, Dust2. It's a good thing that he has his teammate Dima backing him up, but Dima has been Actually, yeah, I think there has been a Molotov thrown out, so he wasn't able to back away, but at the very least, Team Spirit do end up getting the refrag thanks to the nade there of Sotvik. So I would still say this, it's definitely not looking too bad here for the CTs, even though it has been some good trades here for Red Reserve. Right now, I do wonder, where will the Red Reserve players actually decide to push right now? They don't have the most amount of map control. In fact, they had, I think, a player towards short, but as they end up backing away, it kind of looks like this is just going to be a simple B split right now. I think that's the very last smoke grenade being deployed here from this Team Spirit side here, or the B bomb side. So if anything, Red Reserve looks like they might just continue on with their plan here with this B split. Sotvik definitely feeling that it might be a possibility that this will be B split, but of course the Molotov will slow down things quite a bit here for the Red Reserve players, and there's Sotvik finding two massive and almost a third kill for him. Right now it's Lonesome Coldy here on the B bomb site. It does look like Hampus is taking sweet time entering the site itself, and they don't seem to be checking. Now they finally do check the position here for Cole. He needs to find this kill to make it doable for his teammate, but right now this somehow becomes very good here for the likes of Red Reserve. They should be, and they will be able to pull this one off. There's 4 kills here for Hampus, and yet again, I mean, he's continuing on with his form from the first map of the best of 3 series. We saw that on Nuke. Hampus was able to find a lot of success on that terrorist side, as well as the CT side, but it's even more so on the T side. He was able to find a lot of openings and whatnot. Here, though, looks like his form does continue on here. And in fact, the good thing for Red Reserve is that they have reset the economy here from Team Spirit. This will be just a simple eco here for the CT side, and if anything, Red Reserve should be able to win this round. There's a bit of a stack here towards long towards Strugs. We'll be seeing a lot of players coming his way. He does end up fighting 2 of them. Still isn't too bad here, but Draken continues on fighting these players. And if anything, this is the right time here for Red Reserve to actually back away here from long and maybe go onto the B bomb site, as you have been able to spot out all these players here towards long. And or you can do that, Freddy. You can definitely get the flank of these players and secure yourselves 2 kills. But yeah, this is now going to be the round where Team Spirit do end up making the purchase here, and they actually decide to go back into 2 sniper rifles here. There's going to be one in the hands of Davkos, one in the hands of Coley. I can't really say that the double op setup has been too successful here for Team Spirit, but I'm going to be able to see how well they approach in this round. Looks like they're going to be playing a bit more passively here with those 2 AWPs here for the CT. Oh man, Coley's gonna be seeing a lot of players in his crosshair and doesn't end up finding a single kill for now. It looks so good there for Coley, and right now he's just stuck here doing a rock and a hard place. He does end up going down here to the rifle of Freddy B, and there's actually finally Hampus positioning in T-spawn finally paying off. And yeah, it looks like this is gonna be another round here where Team Spirit actually end up concealing it and giving it up here for Red Reserve. As I mean, you end up giving away the B bomb site. It is so hard to get a retake on that B bomb site here on a map like this too. So in Team Spirit's shoes, yeah, I completely understand why Sotvik and Someday do end up saving the rifles here. This is their best bet. And at the very least, with the 2 rifles being saved here for Team Spirit, we do get to see that they will have some extra firepower in this round where, I mean, Davkos, Caldy alongside DM are just going to have to go for a full-on eco. Those guys simply can't have a big impact in this round, but the players that do end up having the rifles, they might just be able to find some kills here if presented with opportunities. There's, of course, Hampus in a position to try and spot out someone towards Plateau, but That's not really the case. Team Spirit actually not being, let's say, defensive on this B side. In fact, there's not a single player there on that B part of the map, and that's a very good spray there from Rusty, as he ends up. Oh, there you go. There's 3 kills. That was odd though. Even though the kill feed, he clearly said that he got 3 kills. Right to his name here on the right side, it only said number 2, interestingly enough. But anyways, we do get to see that the Swedes have been able to even up the scoreline here. There's Rusty being quite impactful here. Even though it was just a spray on an eco, but you never know what even those players with the pistols can accomplish. Force Hampus here, trying to find the early opening frag, but that won't necessarily be the case as Draken actually gets a bit more confident, I'd say. I think he also had a pretty good spawn here towards B tunnels, thus considers to push on through, and it looks like his team is just going to continue on with a simple plan here with B push here. We'll also have players coming in here from middle, so if anything, Dima, alongside his teammate Cold, going to have to be very careful in the hole here. There's the first kill here for Coldy, and Dima is able to chime in as well. This means that the B-side offensive is just falling apart here from Red Reserve. It's all the Brooks here, and as he goes down, that's going to be a very clean round here for Team Spirit. They don't end up losing a single player, and this means that that's going to be pretty good here for the CT economy. Oh. Looks like the replay wasn't ready just yet. Don't worry, guys. I think there's still going to be a lot of highlights remaining, so you don't necessarily have to see every single kill here. Maybe we'll see some more impressive stuff going on. That was quite a cinematic view of the CT spawn, I'm not gonna lie. But right now, it looks like, oh, look at the speed that Hampus is pushing forward towards short. Looks like he has slowed down quite a bit. I thought he might just continue on pushing forward, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to actually slow down. I mean, he already has short control, so that is some great map presence here for at least one of these players. Though it doesn't look like they're going to be committing to say bomb save. Will they, in fact? Now with the smoke grenades being deployed, it looks like it will be a full-on commitment. But in fact, it seems to be like they want to try to jump down CT spawn. So far, not a single player has been able to do so. Dafkos does end up finding one of these kills. Sat fucking CT spawn. And this is just looking pretty horrid right now for Red Reserve. They have been slowed down to a crawl. Rusty, I think he finally gets that kill in long. And Dafkos, he's still ready and waiting. And he does end up losing the fight here against Rusty. Even though they do know there's a guy clearly coming down his way towards long, and Rusty! How does he get the lineup there? Dima and Sotfik. Oh man, this means that Red Reserve, they got themselves a great chance here, but does Coldy? Yep, looks like Coldy has been spotted out. There's Draken getting the last kill, and most importantly, that's a round here for Red Reserve. I'm not really sure how that happened. Now, that would be quite an interesting replay to see. How Dima pretty much line up right next to his teammate there. Which is a bit of a shame, which obviously they wanted to try to go for the double peak. You go for the double peak and they're thinking we take down the long guy and suddenly becomes way easier to win that round, but it obviously didn't really go as planned here for the likes of Team Spirit. Even though that hold in the A bomb site in itself, I mean, it looks pretty solid. Very big. Let's have a teammate backing him up. At least Rusty takes down one of these players. But no, fairness, we shouldn't expect too much here for Team Spirit, even though Dima ends up getting that nice headshot with the Eagle. It's still going to be quite a difficult round here for Red Reserve, but pardon me, for Team Spirit. As we do get to see, they're going to be shifting their way on the same bomb site. There's Dafkos here with the sniper rifle, pardon me, with the AK-47. I don't know why I keep switching up these names right now, but Dafkos does a pretty good kill here on Grux. But of course, how on earth for Someday Young alongside Dima gonna be able to pull this one off? Maybe with shots like that. Right now, it's all to Draken to try to get this clutch in, and well, the Molotov definitely might deny a player, but Timo finds the headshot angle. And right now, Team Spirit pull it back with the only mere pistols. They're able to win the round here against Red Reserve, and well, this matchup is looking quite the even affair so far. I'd say that definitely when you take a look at the first half of Nuke, that was pretty one-sided. I mean, Red Reserve, they got themselves, I think, 10 rounds if I recall correctly. Here, though, these past couple of rounds have been quite back and forth here between the two teams. So it's definitely not as clear-cut as their Nuke matchup. Well, at least not now. But we may never know what the near future might present us with. Reserve continue on with their push here towards long. Some counter grenades here by Red Reserve. Hampus still somehow wins the fight against Young. And right now, it actually would have been, I'd say, a pretty good push here by Red Reserve if they would have had teammates backing them up. But right now, it's not really the case. Now they're coming in finally, but I'd say they're a bit too late for the party. Oh man, would you look at this? Like, some of the positioning right now for Team Spirit is amazing. Even though Sotvic might just be found out here in the pit area, I think it's going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly here. But the good thing is here for Team Spirit that they have players who pushed up all the way through B site. They have players in the lower tunnels. There's of course Demo winning that fight, and Dafkos trying to survive with his life intact, but Rusty anticipates the flank to take place, which does end up leaving Dema here towards top mid. It's not going to be able to see a single player so far. He does land up the kill here already, and there we go. There's Grux taking down Dema. So if anything, it's going to be pretty obvious here for Dafkos what's going on here. But look at his positioning. I don't think Red Reserve going to be anticipating here to be here. Dafkos, no, he ends up missing the shot. He got the P50 out, but it will not be enough to get the second kill. Pretty close there at the end, but it's still going to be around here for Red Reserve. And as we do get to see, I mean, it's man, it's not as clear cut as I was hoping to be. I mean, that was such a good round here by Team Spirit, especially with that flank coming in. You're thinking, right, they've got some great positioning right now. They know the positioning of the T players. They should be able to pull that one off, but as we saw, that wasn't really the case. Somehow Red Reserve are able to pull it back. Hampus right now, easy kills for Hampus, or at least easy kill here. Coldy somehow survives with only 7 points of health. And it kind of looks like the Red Reserve players might just continue on with their push here on the A bomb side. All they have to face right now is just the 3 players here that are stationed here by Team Spirit. They're anticipating a certain demon to be here. He definitely now reveals his position here. Firing off the rifle. I'm not sure if the Molotov actually ends up reaching Dafkos. It doesn't seem to be the case, but if anything, the bomb plant will go down here. That was actually very close there for Dafkos. Right now, Dima hoping to find that lucky headshot there in the head of Freddy B, and there we go. Oh, it's actually his teammate Coley to find it. It's still a pretty good scenario here for Team Spirit to actually continue on with the retake, but as we can see, the positioning here by Red Reserve, even though Grux might end up dying here at the A bomb, so you have a guy like Draken who's just looking forward towards getting that kill here on any of the CT who ends up defusing the bomb. Right now, Draken is in a position to actually find that second kill, but right now, it looks like it's going to be Grux to do most of the heavy lifting. It will be the 7th round here for Red Reserve, and I think that was a force spray from Team Spirit. So if anything, this is the round where Team Spirit just have to go for an eco. They have simply run out of money, and with no money in their pockets, it has to be, oh, okay, or a force spray apparently. Looks like that's the decision the Team Spirit players have decided to take. They do decide to go for the force spray here, where, I mean, it's not looking too great for them. What? They've got a couple scouts, they have those Deagles, as well as the CZ in the hands of Sotvic, but overall in terms of weaponry, it's not looking too good here for Team Spirit. They have found some success earlier, as we do recall some of the rounds Team Spirit were able to pull off on the back of pistols. So I kind of see that it might just be a confidence thing here, but the CT's that, okay, we've done it before. There's always a possibility for us to do it again here with the pistols. Draken right now looking towards long, hoping to spot out one of these players. Someday, I think it might have actually caught the headshot there in Grux. And it looks like Someday ain't gonna be slowing down. He wants to try to win some of these fights here against the players here, and he has his teammate backing him up. That's now the bomb being dropped here by Red Reserve, so they must try and recover it. As you can see, Someday actually commits to the fight, interestingly enough. I'm not really sure why he doesn't consider to back away at that point. Rusty though finds one more kill here on Sotvic. It could be the 3rd one here for Rusty. Single-handedly is able to pull it back here for the terrorist team, and the way things are going right now, it seems to be again Red Reserve in a position to actually plant that bomb here. And with the bomb being planted, yeah, that's gotta be the round for them here. There's Rusty finding his 4th kill, and Colby got the AK-47 out. Now the fuse gets to work with, so he's gonna have to be very quick on some of these headshots. Right now, Colby slowly but surely shifting toward the bomb site, sees the positioning of one of these players, But he's also anticipating one got to be right behind the Goose, and yeah, that's going to be 8 rounds here for Red Reserve, and in fact an ace here for Rusty. This is going to be another round here for Team Spirit. We decided to go for the force by here. Hampus firing off that auto sniper of his, but he won't be able to find a single kill here. There's Draken. Looking towards here at the tunnels, maybe hoping to spot out someone towards the plateau, but that may not be the case. And even though Dima's got a pretty good position here on the side, he still ends up winning the fight here against Crux. And obviously, if there would have been a lot more T players coming his way, I think Dima would have had a very difficult time to actually stop that push here from the T players. As by that time, it was only the only guy in the bomb site. That's a pretty good flash here. Hampus able to find up at least 2 kills here. That kind of opens up the A side defensive. So they're just going to continue on moving forward. Rusty with a kill on Dav cost. With that being said, Red Reserve will yet again have themselves bombs in a bomb to plant. And probably a round to win because Holy and Dima, I mean, for them, it's definitely a possibility of trying to go for the retake here, but it's going to be very difficult here by the CT players. There's, of course, Dima. Slowly but surely moving forward. Hampus, though, I mean, if he ends up peeking, he is going to be able to see a certain Dima making his way. In fact, there you go. There's a kill for Hampus, and now Coldy. Even though he does have the sniper on his possession, it's still not going to be enough to get that kill, and there's going to be 4 kills here for Hampus. And overall, a 9-6 scoreline here for Red Reserve. Actually, I think this was the exact same scoreline I remember from the previous matchup when these two teams faced off in Dust2. Except that this time around, things are a little bit different in the sense that I thought that Team Spirit should be able to acquire more than 6 rounds, especially with the early start they had here in the first half. I mean, it was a 4-0 lead for them, and at the end of it all, they only just got 2 extra rounds, which is a bit of a shame here for the CTs. Not sure if they're going to be too happy with their result here on the CT side, but there's still an entire half just ready and waiting for us. We'll see what they can accomplish here. Could they actually make the comeback here yet again, as they did on the CT side of Nuke, or are we just going to be able to see Red Reserve run away with the second map? Okay, so the second half is commencing here. It kind of looks like the Team Spirit players might just go for the straight up push here to be bomb site, or at the very least, maybe some of their players are making their way towards the lower tunnel. It could just be a split at this point. There's still a certain Red Reserve player is holding off here towards short, but as he ends up backing away, it looks like this will be a B bomb site push here from Team Spirit. They continue on here. There's a pretty good gush there on Grux, and I'm not sure for how long he can actually survive in this position. He's so low in HP. He goes down. Samda Young gets 1 more kill. And right now it's all for Draken to actually stop this push here from the terrorists. And yeah, that's going to be so difficult here for Draken as he's left in a 1-on-4 scenario with a lot of these players still very much alive and kicking here at the bomb site. And the way Draken is positioning himself, he might just even try to consider to save that defuse kit as well as the smoke grenade this round. The T's still anticipating for Draken to try to go for the retake, but I really don't think that's going to be the case. This seems to be the 7th round here for Team Spirit, as Draken ends up saving the defuse kit. I think, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised yet again if Red Reserve, you know, with them having 9 rounds on the board, that they do decide to go for the second round force buy, which definitely is a possibility for the Swedes. I mean, in the first map as well as the second one, they have been able to find a lot of success with the pistols, so it just seems to be quite obvious to be going for a force buy, especially once you have the lead. But imagine if you're Red Reserve and you end up losing the force buy, you're pretty much going to be giving up that lead, because you lose the force buy. The second round right after that just has to be a full eco, but you're still going to have a proper investment on that 19th round. So obviously some decision making has to come through here from Red Reserve. What do they actually want to try to accomplish here? And looks like, yeah, it will be a force buy here from the CTs. Oh, actually, also did notice one very simple fact, that it's been primarily only 2 players here from Red Reserve carrying the weight for the team. You have the likes of Rusty, who's on 20, and Hampus on 13. The other guys sitting on 8, and Draken, most importantly, the opposite for the team, sitting on measly 5 kills, which obviously isn't good enough for a guy of Draken's stature. There seems to be some scout battles going on here in the middle. Both players just re-peeking and hoping to find a kill on one another, but that's not really the case. Oh, finally, Davkos actually finds it on Draken. That's one of these scouts out of the equation. There's, of course, one more to go, but apparently Hampus ends up picking up. And looks like the battle continues on here. It's quite an interesting one. Oh, Hampus actually ends up winning it this time around. Overall, the Team Spirit players obviously anticipating for Red Reserve to have gone for the force buy here, especially now seeing those scouts coming into play. So going into a position like Long definitely makes a lot of sense, but you still have to be quite wary about one scout here on the A bomb site in the form of Freddy B. You're not really going to be able to smoke him out of this position. The only way to get him out of there is actually trying to get the kill here, if it's possible. Otherwise, Freddy B could be doing some serious work here with that scout. If it's a second kill for him, he could go for more, but it finally gets taken down and Red Reserve. I was going to try to go in here to the bomb site, as the bomb will probably get planted here. Sofik hoping to find the bomb plant in. Hampus gets the scout shot, and the second one lands to get that kill, and I think the bomb might have actually been planted there for Dima. So overall, Dima's still in a pretty good position to actually try to close this one out, but we do get to see that Hampus not only does he have the defuse, but he also has the smoke grenade. There's the one scout shot, and the deagle shot comes in. That will be the round here for Hampus. And of course, 10 rounds for Red Reserve. What an awesome round that was for the Red Reserve players. It's been pretty much the scouts doing so much work in that round. Again, it's just a lot of teams, they end up sleeping on a gun like the scout. I mean, they're not really seeing the full potential here, but like you get to see it quite oftenly being used here, like this tier 2, tier 3 level of Counter-Strike. And looks like, yeah, it's going to be technical pause here. Looks like Draken has to disconnect here. I'm not really sure if that's a very serious issue for him, and I'm not sure if the fix is going to be taking too long here, but I do hope we can continue on with our matchup here as soon as possible, because in an hour or so, we do have our second of best of 3 of the day, and that's going to be Avantgarde going up against Vitality. That again seems to be quite a one-sided matchup, but I mean, it's no secret the Frenchmen have been struggling. They have been struggling even against lesser opponents, so even coming into that best of 3 series, we're always going to talk about it a bit later on here, but for now, let's just focus on here. Team Spirit versus Red Reserve. Looks like with that victory here, Team Spirit's economy has been more or less reset, so yeah, it's going to be a simple eco here for the terrorists. They do end up buying some of those upgraded pistols, the utilities here for Sotvic. I wonder how it's going to be using it. Ah, okay, the smoke grenade lands here towards middle. And it might just be either a push here towards middle, which is also a possibility here for Team Spirit, or straight up push here towards short. That actually might be the case, and in fact, there's only one player looking towards the short part of the map. That is Hampus. He deploys the Molotov, but it's a bit too late because all the Team Spirit players have already been able to cross here. And I'm not sure if Hampus can actually find any more kills. Apparently he can, as the crossfire was indeed pretty good here for Red Reserve, as they're able to shut down every single player from Team Spirit. And this will be now the investment, the one we've been looking here for the terrorists, as they do have plenty of money to actually go for the investment. And oh, looks like Davkos will opt to go for the scout. Probably going to try to find some openings, if possible, with that scout rifle of his, which is always a possibility. this round is quite slow here from the Team Spirit players. They're being quite cautious their approach, as we can see. For now, they have deployed the Molotov here towards middle doors, hoping to get out one of these CTs out of the door position, which in fact has been the case. I think Draken was holding pretty close there, so now he has retreated more towards CT spawn. But overall, it's not really the case here that Team Spirit are trying to acquire for a lot of map control. It just looks like they're going to be grouping up here for one of the bomb sites and just continue on with the bomb site push. And that bomb site might just be the B one. Of course, that smoke grenade allows for the T players to get a bit more closer here towards the tunnel entrance. But of course, there's Rusty with that MP9 of his. He knows there's a player right behind him, and the nade actually Freddy's Molotov gets him as well as Coley. So, I mean, it does work out here for Red Reserve at the end of it all. But Sotvik is a bit too late to the party, and looks like it's just going to be another round here for Red Reserve. As Sotvik right now left here in the middle, there's a lot of okay, there's 2 now kills for Sotvik to be finding. 20 seconds remaining. He definitely sees the headshot there of Draken, I think. He might as well just continue on trying to find these kills here, but he has no idea about the position there. Freddy almost lands the kill on Draken. It looks like it's going to be another round here for Red Reserve. 12 rounds for them. And it kind of looks like this is going to be, yes, an eco here for Team Spirit yet again. The economy has been more or less reset here for the T players, so in order to acquire some more extra money in this round, they just have to go for a full-on eco. Some of the upgraded pistols are out here for Team Spirit. Not sure if they're going to be able to find enough success here, but the good thing here for Red Reserve is that finally, it's been a long time coming, but the CTs do have an AWP in their possession. Right now, a lot of these players coming his way. The very least does take down a couple of them before his teammate Hampus can finish the rest. And yes, that's still going to be a pretty clean round here for Red Reserve. They do end up losing one of their players, but it's still going to be a victory nonetheless. But now, this is where things do get quite interesting here for Team Spirit. This is probably one of the last rounds where we do get to see Team Spirit actually make a proper investment. If they're not going to be able to acquire a couple of rounds in a row or just string them together, this might just be it. This could be a victory here on the second map for Red Reserve. And, well, we're just going to head on over to our third one, which I do believe, if I recall correctly, I think that's Overpass. I think it's either Overpass or Inferno, which I'm not quite sure about that. You guys in Twitch chat obviously know all the intel out there. Definitely give your fellow viewers the information. There's of course Davkos with that sniper all of his. Hoping to find some sort of early engagement here, but that's not necessarily going to be it, Davkos. Because the Red Reserve players are playing quite passively here towards the middle. And if he wants to try to find at least one of these openings, it might just have to be here on the A bomb site. This is where, of course, Hampus is stationed at, alongside his teammate Draken, who does have the sniper rifle. Oh, that's a pretty good nade there from, I think, Hampus there. The second nade from Draken. Again, does some serious damage here to the Team Spirit players. Looks like they're just going to continue on with their push and bombs. So that's a pretty good flash there on the Hampus, and Dima takes down Draken. So this does mean that the A bomb site has been opened up. And Team Spirit in a position to actually plant that bomb and put themselves in some good positions towards short. Especially that's going to be very possible as they do have a guy like Sum Dayang who's just lurking there towards tunnels. So there is going to be a push here from middle on towards short there by the Red Reserve players. That is where Sum Dayang can come in. And that may not even be necessary. The last remaining players here are in CT, and that is where Sum Dayang has the last 2 remaining kills. And I actually think, if you take a look at the economy here for Red Reserve, it's obviously not looking that great. This is going to be the round where, yet again, they can make the purchase here. They can have the sniper rifles. That's the thing, plural. They can have sniper rifles here. They do have 2 WPs here in the form of Draken and Hampus. But of course, I mean, if the Swedes end up losing this round, then they're just back on the eco territory, which is always quite scary here in the second half. Freddy B's nade is actually not a single point of damage being inflicted. That's a bit of a shame. Right now, Team Spirit going to be a bit quicker here on their offensive, it seems like. You have guys not only coming in here for short, but you also have individuals there for long. And I don't think there's actually a single player there from Red Reserve looking towards the long area of the map. So if anything, you definitely have a chance here, Team Spirit, to continue on with the push here. All you have to do is actually smoke off these players, and yet that could be enough to cross here at the bomb side. But as we can see, with the bomb carrier taking his sweet time crossing, he finally does so. And of course, if you're Someday, you're able to plant it in a position where the short guy can see the bomb, as well as the long player, and that pretty much just seals the deal, doesn't it? We can see that Draken alongside Hampus gonna continue on here with this round by trying to save their AWPs here, which, I mean, if you're the Red Reserve players, that definitely makes a lot of sense. This is the round, because you end up losing it, you must go for an eco, and at the very least, I mean, you do have some of those AWPs coming into play, so who knows, you know, you might have 3 players on the pistols that are going for a full-on eco, but you have 2 guys with the sniper rifles who can still be very impactful in this upcoming round. So if Team Spirit, or shall I say, yeah, better yet, Red Reserve, are going to be able to pull off the save here, that's going to be pretty good here for the CTs. And the way things are going, it seems like that's going to be it. They're going to be able to keep those 2 sniper rifles in this round, and even though their teammates, like I said, have to go for a full-on eco, don't be surprised if one of these sniper rifles, or even both of them, find a kill here or there. But the boost there, yep, of course, Hampus sees Dafkos and T-spawn there. Even though the smoke grenade is to block out the vision there of the T players, once they do end up going for the boost there, it does give a small window of opportunity there for Hampus to actually find that kill on Dafkos. And like I said, I mean, don't be too surprised if the sniper rifle players end up finding some more success here, as that's definitely a possibility. There's actually for the B going down. I'm not quite sure why he decides to end up pushing towards the middle. He must have had some sort of serious motive to continue on doing so. I think Stotfik actually ends up hiding the AWP here to make sure that not a single Red Reserve player actually ends up picking up. So that is some very smart stuff. Looks like this is going to be the round where Team Spirit actually end up hitting this B bomb site. So I personally don't really agree with this idea, because it is a very narrow corridor where a guy like Hampus with a sniper rifle, he just ends up spraying, he gets something done here, but I'm not even sure why he doesn't even end up considering to pull the trigger. It was in such a great position, even while it's firing blindly, to maybe land a shot or two, if not even some double kills there, but it ends up being the case that Red Reserve, they end up still being in a position where the one sniper rifle should be saved here for Draken, as he seems to be doing so right about now. So yeah, the eco, not the most success here by Red Reserve, but again, if they end up saving the sniper rifle here for Draken, that's still going to be quite good for them. Or in fact, better yet, save the AWP and do some damage here on the economy here of the T's. That's also part of the agenda. Yeah, this is the round where we do get to see both teams have actually a pretty good purchase here. Draken is very much back with that sniper rifle of his. This round he's going to be stationed here towards middle, it seems like. And try to find some of these openings. There's some early wallbang damage here on the Draken, so you might just have to be a bit more careful here towards his approach towards middle. If anything, this will probably be another A split here by the Team Spirit players. we do get to see that there seems to be a majority of the players stationed here towards short, but you also have one guy in the form of Coley, I do believe, stationed there towards long. So if anything, we can just see that the utility is now being expended here from Team Spirit. It looks like it will be just a push here on the A bombs it, or will it in fact? We still have a couple players coming in here for CT spawn. If he's quick enough, yes, someday Young does win the fight against Draken. Right now, there's still a certain Grux here left in long here. He might just be able to win this fight here against the A bombs and defenders. But as he ends up taking down, well, it's all up to Rust to try to get the clutch in. Slowly but surely, he is shifting his way. But that has got a superior angle, and somehow Rusty ends up winning the fight. This means that Rusty might just still try to give it a shot at the retake. Of course, this time around, Coley and Safik, they've got some superb positions here. Coley will win the fight against Rusty. And again, which, just look at that. I mean, Red Reserve, their money is all over the place when you look at it. I mean, you got a guy like Hampus sitting on $4,600, Crooks at around $3,800. So obviously, if you're a Red Reserve, you just want to try to spread the wealth a little bit. You know, you spread the wealth. You give the guys that don't have a lot of money a better gun, or better yet, a pistol. And with that being said, it's still going to be a very simple eco here by Red Reserve. The main goal is, and again, try to save up as much money as possible for the upcoming round. But for now, try to accomplish something with them pistols. As Freddy B might just be the one to accomplish something. He's making his way here towards top mid, but he gets found out here by Dima. This is still, I mean, looking like a very solid round here for Team Spirit. They should be able, and I'm almost certain they will be able to close this one out. If any of the betting sites are taking any sort of chances who's going to be able to win the 25th round, I could be almost certain that it's going to be Team Spirit. And there you go, that's going to be it. The 12th round here for Team Spirit, and right now there's only one round separating the both squads. So that's something I didn't necessarily see happening. I definitely talked about a possibility of maybe Team Spirit pulling off a bit of a comeback here in the second half, but I mean, that was just a hypothesis. Here, we do get to see that in practice, Team Spirit are doing a very good job here in the second half. Looks like they are going to be taking over some long prisons here. It doesn't even look like Red Reserve are even fighting for that long control. It's just been given away here for Team Spirit. And Team Spirit, they're in a position to take it, and of course, they shall. Why not? If it's given away for free, might as well take it. Is anyone even looking towards long here from Red Reserve, I wonder? I think there's Hampus there towards CT spawn. Yeah, Hampus seems to be the only guy looking towards long right now. Because you have guys like Grux who's here in short. And maybe his teammate Draken is also looking towards short. But as we can see, slowly but surely Draken is making his way here towards this A bomb side. So if anything, he's now going to be part of the long defenders here. Of course, Draken isn't in the best position right there at the bomb side. He can get very easily smoked off, as well as Molotov out of position. Probably would be a bit wiser to continue to play here towards short, but right now, looks like he's just going to continue on hold this angle. Once he sees the danger coming his way, I think that is where Draken ends up repositioning himself. Now he sees a lot of these players coming his way. Still ends up trying to go for the fights here. There's the second good kill here for Draken. But he ends up falling, and in the process, he still ends up dropping the bomb carriers. So that is overall some good kills for Draken. Right now, Team Spirit in position to actually plant that bomb here, but Grux is in a pretty interesting position. He's definitely anticipating someone to come in there for short, but I wonder how much success can Coldy find here, because he's still just holding off that angle there. Not making his way towards short just yet, and just really stumps the push here from Red Reserve. Finally, Rusty's able to find a kill here on Dima. Now Coldy positioned himself to get a second kill, and Dafcost goes nuclear into the round. There's 3 kills for Dafcost, and that's going to be an even scoreline between the two teams, 13-13. And would you look at that? Where's the economy here for Red Reserve? I would tell you something, it's in the bin. They barely have any money to make a proper investment, so it makes an obvious choice to just go for the eco here. There's Dafcost. Massive kills here on the A bomb side. Most importantly, because he was the only guy there actually on the A side. Imagine if he ends up dying in that position. It's all up to Cole to try to get the clutch in, and I don't even think the bomb was even planted for him. So that would have been that would have made things so difficult there for Team Spirit to actually win that round. But would you look at that? They somehow are able to pull it off. Yeah, I will. Don't worry about me, folks. I'll have my break. I'll get myself some water. Maybe another beverage. But for now, let's just continue on with this matchup, shall we? We're just going to continue on with this matchup. I'll have my rest before the G2 game. Pardon me, not the G2 game, the Mentality game. For now, this is looking like a pretty good round here for the likes of Team Spirit. They're making it way towards long. They're able to win the 2 engagements here against Crux alongside Hampus. And right now, the Team Spirit players, I mean, they're in a very good position, I'd say. The Team Spirit guys, they might as well just continue on with their push here towards long. That's definitely a possibility. But it also does make a lot of sense to just wait it out. If you're Team Spirit, you've got so much time to work it. In fact, a whole minute and 15 seconds. You can try to hold on to some of these angles and maybe hope to see a Red Reserve player just playing a bit more aggressive, trying to put the favors back in the CT side. But right now, Rusty alongside Draken. In fact, Rusty is the only guy here towards middle apparently. So this might just work out very well here for the Team Spirit players. Right now, they're just going to group up, hit this B bomb site, and good thing for them, there's not a single player here on the B side. They're going to be able to plant that bomb easily. And with that being said, I don't know if you're afraid to be alongside Rusty and Draken. Trying to go for the retake here is going to be a very difficult task. It's going to be pretty much impossible, I'd even say. So it's definitely not that bad of an idea here for the CTs to actually try to save their weapons here. It's only the Eagles and the Scout here for sure, but if you end up saving the armor here, then it's still not too bad here. That you might just be able to pull off a somewhat decent investment here on the 28th round. Oh, there's a kill there for Freddy. Not sure if he'd actually find the second one as Sophic takes him down. Yeah, that's going to be 14 rounds here for Team Spirit. Something I didn't expect to say. But as you can see, in the true flesh and blood, there's 14 rounds for Spirit and Red Reserve now, of course. They're going to be going for the full-on investment here, but imagine if you're Red Reserve, you end up losing this one. This could be it, Chief. This could be an L here for Red Reserve here on their second map, and most importantly, if they end up losing the second map, then that's going to be a best-of-3 victory for Team Spirit. Oh, Draken right now actually had somewhat a good possibility to get the line up there, but you can still see that the Red Reserve players are finding too much success here, early on, so to speak. Now we could actually see something work now for them. There's Grux getting the kill on Dima. That's looking pretty good right now for the likes of Red Reserve. They might just be able to pull this one off. There we go. There's Draken with a kill. And actually, Someday Young is making progress here on the B side. They might just be able to stop this one. But there we go. There's Draken with a kill on Someday Young. Cody alongside Sotvic. Might just continue on with the push of the B bomb. That's a massive kill there for Cody. Suddenly, they have way more opportunities to actually maneuver around this map. But if you're Team Spirit, where on earth will you commit? You have the guys like Coldy was out here towards short, trying to fight here on Hampus, and Hampus actually ends up losing that fight, or at the very least just missing his shot. So right now, Coldy, at least he has some information that there's one player there on the A bomb site with that 8 OP, but actually Draken is not even looking towards the B side. That's a huge mistake, Draken. This means that the bomb will go down here for Team Spirit. And if anything, Stotvic alongside Coldy, they've got themselves some good positions here on the B bomb side. Of course, if you're Grux and you're Hampus, you must try to go for the retake here. This is a must-win scenario here for Red Reserve. But as we can see, the Molotov gonna slow things down quite a bit here for Red Reserve, and looks like they actually made their way out of doors. This is some good progress here by Red Reserve. There's the kill by Grux, and they might just be able to pull this one off. There we go. There's Grux with 2 kills, and I think there's, yes, enough time to get the defuse in. So that is quite an important victory here for Red Reserve. They end up denying Team Spirit to reach round 15, and this does mean that yeah, Red Reserve, they'll still have another opportunity to actually try to close out this matchup. But of course, Team Spirit, you can just see on the back of them winning a couple rounds in a row, they've built up quite a significant economy here, and they will have money for days. For them, money ain't an issue. On the other hand, for Red Reserve, that is a bit more problematic. They will be able to invest here, that's for certain, but if the CTs end up losing this round, that's where things do get tricky. And Dust2 ends up getting 2 kills here. There's Coldy and Sumdan going down instantly. And it means that Team Spirit, the fast push there long, crumbles entirely. So right now, Dima gonna try to set things straight. Continue on here with the push here at the B bomb site. Doesn't have a teammate backing him up. It may not be necessary here for Dima. As right now, he's able to find that one opening, and you can see that the B bomb site has been abandoned here by the CTs. So it's definitely a great possibility here for Team Spirit to actually plant the bomb here. Maybe he's actually stuck here in the flames a little bit. It's still looking like a pretty good scenario here for Red Reserve. Continue on and try to go for the retake, but without a doubt, it's going to be quite difficult here for them. First things first, they have to wait for the utility to actually fade away and then continue on with the play, but we can see that there was still a Molotov as well as a smoke grenade, and Dragon ends up burning Team in that position. Right now, Sophic not revealing his position. There's Dafkas with a massive kill, and it looks like it's all up to Draken to try to get the clutch in, and Draken left in a pretty difficult position, but he knows the spot there of Sophic. He ends up getting the kill, but barely any time to get the defuse in. He should be able to escape with his life, and yeah, at the very least, he escapes with his life. That's going to be an 8 LP stage here for the CTs, but it's obviously 15 rounds for Team Spirit, and we can take a look at the economy here for Red Reserve. It's looking horrid. There's barely any money. They have to go for the force buy here. There's no other way of putting it. That is such a huge round for Team Spirit to win. On the auto snipers as well as the 8 LPs, not finding too much success here. Right now, this is such a winnable position for the Team Spirit. They obviously realize that the economy here for Red Reserve has to be the bin, and they obviously gone for the force buy here, but they should only have the pistols, and of course that one 8 LP in the hands of Draken. But we can see though that this push will be taking place here on the A bomb site. In fact, there's not a single player here from Red Reserve, and they should be able to cross here, actually plant the bomb for long, and this is where Red Reserve have such a difficult time going for the retake. They obviously will commit to the bomb site. There's no other way of putting it, but obviously still will make things pretty difficult here for the CTs. A lot of utility being expanded here by Team Spirit. Still have that smoke grenade in the hands of Dafkost. And this is interesting though. Dafkost not actually going to be going to the pit. Still going to be holding off here towards long. And you have Coldy here right behind the car. And he might just be able to find a kill here. There's definitely a guy there towards C. There's Coldy with a kill. Right now, Draken and Freddy B going to continue on with the retake here. There's Coldy winning one more fight. And that kill from Dafkos ends the matchup here. There's the best of 3 victory here for Team Spirit. And of course, they're going to be heading over to our grand finals. That's something I wasn't really anticipating to see. But obviously, congrats here for Team Spirit as they're our very first grand finalist. And of course, guys, in around 30 minutes or so, we will have our second matchup that will be Vitality against Avangard. So why not stay tuned for the stream. Before that, of course, grab yourself a drink, some beverage.